Hello, everybody. We're going to do some announcements today before we get started with our episode. First thing I want to touch upon is we are doing ad promotion spots. So the deal is I'm going to give you the first 5 shout out ad spots in the beginning free, and then we're going to we can negotiate price after that. I'm reasonable. It's not going to be very much at all. My main goal, like I said before, is not to profit off this, is to get everybody out there, give everybody's name known, all that stuff. So also keep in mind, support the Patreon, follow that, follow the tiers. I'm not going to go through all that again, but please check out the Patreon. That really helps me out a lot. We've done a lot for the studio already, but we want to keep going. We want to keep doing more. We want to get better equipment, more mics, more cameras, all that kind of stuff. So any insignificant amount of money you can give to that is fantastic. Yeah, I guess lastly, we're still taking precautions for the coronavirus. Still having hand sanitizer here. We're going to do our best with all that. So without further ado, stay tuned for the episode. Hello, everybody, and you are watching / listening to the McAllister Hours. I am your host, Cailen McAllister, and today we are joined by a fellow musician in the hip-hop industry. He has worked previously with another member we had here in the podcast, LoLo Savage. Give it up for Dlo Tha Don.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not too bad, man. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Excited to be here,
Chilling.
Day, yeah.
Hanging out. Not too bad of a day. It's been kind of like rainy and crappy out, so it's kind of nice to have like a day that's like chill. I took a beautiful walk at like 7 a.m. My crazy fucking ass waking up that early.
Dude, I was up at like 6. I had to work, sadly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So where do you work? You obviously, if look at the camera, you can tell. But
I mean, right now I work at Come and Go part time, but I also do mainly my full time, I guess, would be like recording music.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean that's really all.
Like a music engineer, like recording other artists too, besides myself. So like who I was gonna have on this podcast with me before, like originally, was my boy HB Brewer, and me and him, we linked up. We was like 16, 17, and we started our own studio called H Block ENT, and that's pretty much how it started, like that. And I had a kid, and I was trying to focus on that a little bit, and then I had my own studio over at my own house, and then, I'm still doing it right now, but
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta have a plan A. Your plan A, you gotta have a job.
Yes,
you gotta have a hustle.
Oh yeah.
It's unfortunate. How do you like working on Come and Go? I've heard mixed things about it.
I like it because I'm on like a flex pool, and that is more of like I choose the days I want to work and I choose my hours. So
I see. It's
pretty legit,
Damn.
I get paid pretty good money, so I mean I can't complain.
So even around the corona, they've had a lot of flexibility with your schedule and everything.
Yeah. They're actually pretty nice about it. So like with my daughter, like I have to like stay quarantined because like she was with like her grandpa, and her grandpa is very high risk. He has like 2 failing kidneys, so like I had to quarantine myself for like a while, and they told me I can take as long as I want off work,
Damn.
I thought that was pretty cool with them.
That's awesome. That's great employee relations.
Hell yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad they're doing well. I'm glad that's working out for you. I clean personally. I can't handle customer service. I did it for way too many fucking years,
really?
Man. It's too much bullshit. I don't know. Maybe I'm petty. Who fucking knows? But anyways, before we dive any further into this conversation, let's listen to this song, which I bump on a regular, man. This is a good ass track. This has you.
That's good to hear, then.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love the. I don't know if anybody can't see this, but the background, the cover, you have the Des Moines in the background. That's that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I actually made that myself.
You took that picture and everything?
Well, no, actually, Lolo's friend Natalia, she takes photos at our concerts like that.
Oh, okay.
And she sent it to me, and I was like, "This is a dope photo of me and Lolo. It'd be cool for like the cover art."
Yeah.
And I just edited it all by myself. Turned out pretty cool. He fucked with it, so I was like, all right, bet.
Fuck yeah. No, like the whole thing is great. This is Visionz with Dlo Tha Don and LoLo Savage.
Buy my own whip, buy my own shit, buy my own clothes, buy my own pole, buy the bankroll, straight to the cash flow. Know they mad though, I know they hate though. I buy my own whip, I buy my own shit, buy my own clothes, I buy my own pole, buy the bankroll, straight to the cash flow. Know they mad though, I know they hate though. So let's just get this straight. I know a lot is hate, but I'ma grind until I die, and that's no debate. No matter what goes on, hustle in my blood. You can't tell me wrong, they know me as a don. No, I'm turned up in the club, I get the party on. I'ma get this money either way, right or wrong. How you trapping all this time and can't pay your bond? Just a reminder for y'all, I came from the south. System wanna see me fail, I've been in and out. Can no one stop me ever, yeah, till I see a drought. You think this shit a game, but really y'all just lame. Y'all be talking about gang till the bullets rain. I was posted up on 27 with them things. I only fuck with the solid, who remain the same. All this pain in my heart, it got me really insane. But I'ma keep it cool, and I'ma never change. By my own.
Yeah, I'm the opposite, man. No, great fucking track though, man.
So what's crazy about this song, I remember it vividly. Like I was coming back. Damn, it's like almost coming on 2 years since I made this. But this is when I was on probation. I was leaving my probation officer's like office, and I just look up type beats on like when I'm in the car, you know, to see what I can just vibe with. And this beat popped up, and I just started rapping that hook. And I was like, oh shit, this shit kind of go, you know, like that.
Damn.
And so like I wrote it down right quick so I don't forget. Went back home immediately, like recorded it. I was like, I gotta find someone dope with this, you know, like with the dope feature. And then like I hit up Lolo, he killed that shit, you know, and like that's pretty much how it started with me and Lolo like that too.
Damn, that's like pure ingenuity right there.
Yeah,
like that's kind of the thing. That's my biggest frustration is I don't write it down. I think of it and I don't write it down.
That's what I need to start doing that.
But like no, that's really impressive that's how you came up with that hook. Excuse me, because I mean that is like a really, you know, catchy, clever hook. I feel like it's not just like your regular. Like it's a really catchy beat, man. Obviously we're not gonna listen to the whole thing.
Right.
I'm even like kind of scared to listen. You know, these Spotify. It's weird because I have these local artists on, but I still get copyright claim because these are like official songs. So I can't. I can never.
That one's good. Like I bought the beat and everything.
No, it's nothing that has to do with that. It's just because that you put it on, because it's on Spotify, you have like a license on it.
Oh really?
So if YouTube has a filter and that license comes up when they, you know, go through the audio, then it gets flagged.
Oh word.
Yeah. So I mean, it's nothing like that. You're not legit. No, it's just my shit. Anyways, regardless, what? Yeah. So go into like LoLo Savage, knowing him. What's your background with him?
Well,
go into a little more like you kind of went into what happened with the track, but like
yeah, with Lolo, like
who do you work with and all that?
I've heard of his like. I heard like a song. So like originally, like what happened, like my sister went to William Penn out in Oskaloosa, and that's where Lolo's from.
Okay.
And she would go to this bar called the Hot Shots, and there was a guy rapping there. And my sister came home the next day. She was like, "Hey, you know this guy?" I was like, "Cause you know I'm in the rap scene." I was just like, "No, I don't know him." She's like, "Oh, I guess his name is LoLo Savage." I went on Instagram. We were already following each other. Mm-hmm. And then legit, like I messaged him like, "Yo, what's up? You know, like we should link up, make some music sometimes." Like to be honest, like my sister, like got me to like, that's how I found out about you pretty much. And after that, like we did this track. He came over for the first time, and we just vibed like that. You know, we just clicked up, and you know.
Hell yeah. That's so it's through this track that you guys knew each other.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, you know, he's done a lot for me. He's a good guy. He put me on a couple shows. You know, he showed some love. So I mean, like, that's dope. And then, like, for him being like an outside, like he's not even like considered like a Des Moines local artist. So for him to like come up and do that, like show some love like that, you know, like that's who I want on my team, like that, you know, people like that, you know. So I mean,
that's dope. That's dope. So are you from the same place he's from, Oski or Oskaloosa?
No, so
where are you from?
I moved here in 2004. Before that, I was in Wisconsin. I was probably about 5. I don't really remember that.
Oh,
but
wow.
Originally, okay, so let's back up. I was adopted when I was 13 months old. I'm actually from Guatemala.
Oh, wow.
Way
okay.
down south, yeah. And then I came up here. I was adopted when I was like 13 months. I lived in Cedar Rapids probably for about like 3 years, and that's when I went to Wisconsin. And then in 2004, that's when like moved to Des Moines, pretty much, you know.
Okay, so you had a short stint in Wisconsin, basically.
Yeah, I don't remember much of it.
Damn, it's beautiful up there. Just saying, like the wood.
Really?
If you go camping, like northern part, Minocqua in particular, like that area, like
I was
deep
over.
woods.
No, I can't even think of it. I can't even think. Oh, Waterford.
Not familiar with that area.
Waterford, Wisconsin. I was over by there, kinda.
Like what part of Wisconsin is that at? Not sure.
I don't know, man.
But like yeah, like so like middle northern part of Wisconsin is just like deep woods. It's like that movie, like, you know, tall trees and, you know, nature and all that shit. It's really gorgeous. If you're ever planning a camping trip, I highly recommend Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean you can get away with pretty much doing anything out in this woods. It's pretty lawless, you know. It's awesome.
I'm always down.
So anyway, sorry. So you didn't mean to sidetrack. So you were in Wisconsin, came here to Des Moines, and what from there?
Yeah, went from there. So pretty much like with like music, how like I've always been a fan of music like that too. Like actually, like my uncle, he got me into like rap music when I was like really young. You know,
like, yeah, there
he
you
was
go.
like the one. I don't know. This is when I was still in Cedar Rapids, so he would buy me like the Eminem CDs, the 50 Cent CDs.
Oh hell yeah!
And so like that's what I was bumping to,
that's,
you know.
That's some good early exposure right there. Fuck yeah!
Exactly. And
Give
I
you
just,
the roots.
like growing up, like I would bump to The Game. I was a big The Game fan. I still am, and that's like who I would like. I was always on some. I don't know. It just depends. Like 50 Cent or The Game. That's who I listened growing up to. A lot of different artists, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Growing young, but I guess I didn't really get to my point. Like growing up with them, but like when I was 16, that's when I like started recording music. I think you got a podcast with Swallow coming soon, right?
Yeah, I do in a few weeks.
So that's like one of like my day one homies right there. So like me and him. When me and him first started like linking up, we didn't have like a good connection because like we ran into some beef like that. But after that, we threw that away. But me and him, like, we just started making music like that too. And like me and him, it was like 17 by then. We were the only ones. We went to Southeast Polk High School, and we were the only ones that were making music right there. So we had like a lot of exposure because people weren't really rapping there. You know, it was like new. But yeah, kind of like something like that. I forgot what I was gonna say, low key, bro.
I guess when did you start like making music and like, so would you say you're mainly a producer or a rapper? What's your like? It seems like you do a lot here.
Yeah, so I'm just a musician, I guess. I mainly focus on recording.
I'm an artist.
Yeah. You see people like that, like I'm not a rapper, I'm an artist. I'm just like, no, don't take offense to it. But yeah, that's what I am. I play guitar too. I got a guitar since I was
hell yeah,
since I was 12.
Fuck yeah, I fuck with guitar.
Like what got me into it, fine arts back in junior high. I was like, this shit's actually pretty dope. Well,
fuck yeah.
Like got my own guitar then. I mainly preferred like the electric, but I can shred down. I fuck with it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Do you have like any like metal or hard rock influence then? Like in your like, did you have a phase with that?
I feel like we all had that.
Yeah,
like, phase.
yeah, exactly. I was talking about this with someone a few days ago. Like, there's always like, I feel like with any rapper, there's like that EDM like metal like it's like dug deep in there somehow.
I went through that phase back in junior high. Probably you know who Chelsea Grin is.
Not familiar with that
Chelsea Grin. I mean, everyone loves ADTR, but I would get into like Chelsea Grin, Born of Osiris, mainly bands like that. Mm-hmm. And that was like my screamo phase, you know. I was like, I don't know.
I just stuck with Slipknot.
I like them.
I saw them live in like 2014.
Korn
opened for them. That was fucking tight.
I mean, I like rock. I can vibe with it, but it's just like probably not something I would go to right away. Cause like,
I see what you're saying. It's not like your prime focus right now.
But I can always listen to it. You know, like I have no problem. One thing, country, no go for me. I cannot do country at all. I don't know if you like country or not.
No, I'm not. I'm not proprietary country at all. We're gonna take a really quick short break here. That light is like in the fucking way of the camera. God damn it. So I'm gonna readjust everything really quick. We're just gonna take a quick short break and jump right back into it.
We're live.
It's live in the sense where it's long form. Yeah. It's not cut. It's not. I mean, I do cuts because obviously we can't smoke weed on camera. The day that happens, though, fuck, we're gonna have the biggest fucking weed party in this bitch.
So how do you think people feel about like that? Like you see people smoking weed on like music videos and shit.
Oh, I think it's fine. I think it's great.
So is it something like with just you personally, like with YouTube then, or?
Not even YouTube. See, for me, it has more to do with legitimacy. If I wanted to do advertising, or I am looking for advertising if anybody wants that, or wants to pay me for that, I should say. You get the first 5 for free. But what I'm saying is that if I wanted to have people on who maybe weren't like pro weed, I want to have an environment where they don't feel like they have to be. We can discuss and talk about weed. There's no problem with that. I don't give a fuck. Like I hope we can get into that later. I just don't. There's one thing between like, plausible deniability, where I can say, I could go on here and say, I shot up a heroin and smoked a bowl of meth. I mean, doesn't mean I fucking did it.
Right.
You're it's plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're back here at the McAllister podcast. Took a little quick break there to fix everything up.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. So we were talking earlier about your musical influences and all that. You kind of said you liked the game, some other guys. Like, what got you into music? Like, what was kind of the starting point for you?
Well, the main part was, I would tell you, like, my uncle, introduced me into like rap like that, and he was always into like the old school rap, like bumping like the Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, NWA. Like I still got some of his like cassette tapes, like you can put in,
fuck yeah.
He has his own mixtapes of those. I still have them,
Hell yeah.
But
cassettes are the shit.
I've always liked it, dude. Like I got pictures of me back then, like Wisconsin, which is kind of dope, but like I'm be standing on like a treasure chest, like a chest pretty much, and I would like act like I was performing to other people. So I mean, like I've always been interested in it, but what got me to actually push to it, dude, I don't really know. I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to record. And don't get me wrong, bro, I sucked at rapping when I first started. It's just like not
everybody does, man.
And that's like my engineering skills back then, I was recording off Audacity, so I think that's what you're using now, and that's perfect for like podcasts. But for like music, that's what I was recording off of, and I was just like,
it's really iffy to like do with music. You have to like loop everything, and it's a
bitch.
Yeah. Sorry, you were going on.
No, you're good. But yeah, that's what like. I just pushed myself. I was like, I'm just going to try to, like, record a song, see how it comes out. Like, I have shit to rap about, but I've never actually, like, tried to put my own rap together. So, I mean, like I said, it didn't sound like how I am now, Like, I've definitely improved like that. And I would play an old song, but I don't really want to. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Oh, we don't
like
need
that.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, we definitely don't need to do that. Like, I have some, my first mixtape I ever put out, it wasn't even under the name I go now. it was fucking garbage, man. Like, I think like even like the best rappers of all time, they have that garbage mixtape that's just like hidden in the crevices. You know what I mean? Everybody sucks when they start.
What'd you go by first?
So I went by Untitled, which isn't original at all. I just like gave that up, and then now I go by McCretin.
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 I don't think I'll ever change my name, to be honest. Like Dlo Tha Don, I don't think there's any Dlo Tha Dons that I like.
See, you were smart and figured it out the first time.
Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of Dlos, like shit. But Dlo Tha Don, it's just like, I don't know.
It's different.
I just put it together. I was like, this shit's dope. Like, you know?
Yeah, there's like kind of the grace of the hip hop industries. You can kind of, how many Lils are out there, you can kind of live off the grace.
I was also
of,
like that little bad kid in high school too, dude. Like I said, I went to Southeast Polk, and like I was that one motherfucker that always everyone knew, just like, oh, he's up to no good. I was just like, shit, like, call me Dlo Tha Don, like, but oh yeah.
Well, hey, there you go. So when you're rapping, when you're writing, what's your process that goes into that? How do you go about doing that?
So when I don't know, lately it's been different. I've been telling Lolo about it too, but lately, like, I've been putting on a beat and I've been punching in. Like, I'll say a couple bars, I'll be like, all right, yeah, I fuck with that, and then I'll record more, say a couple more bars, and like my whole song will be kind of based off like that, just like mini, like in between recordings. What I used to do is I would listen to the beat, obviously, and I would write the hook, write the verse. But I actually, I don't know, I feel like I was kind of getting writer's block, but when I started punching in recording, I didn't get writer's block, because like I was feeling what I was like feeling in the moment,
I see.
So like when I was like trying to write, I'll be like, oh shit, what should I say, like that, like. But now it's just like I'm feeling it, so I'm just gonna record it right away. I don't know, I just keep punching in, like.
So you're saying, do you still write everything down, or are you saying you freestyle?
No, I don't.
So you freestyle?
Kinda. It's not like I'm going like like I'll do a couple bars.
I see what you're saying. And then so you're chopping it up and going on. This is how. Yeah. I see. Okay.
And why, like I said, like why I started doing that is just because I started to get writer's block, and that was just like affecting it. And the new method I'm doing now, it's a lot easier for me too.
I get that. That is kind of more of like a creative artistic process, I guess. I don't know. When I personally record, I like to do everything in one. I'm like really picky. I need like do the whole verse in one verse.
And that's how I was too. So like that song Visionz, I actually did that one take. Well, not the verse. I did one take. The verse.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I was kind of thinking that when I listened to it. It kind of like both you guys. It kind of sounded like a one take kind of deal.
And if I didn't drop it already, I wish I didn't have done that, because I feel like I would have like been more of like energetic. It would have been
a little more precise.
Yeah, just more energetic too,
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's just like a different blend of artistic form, really.
Yeah, and then you got Lolo's in there, because like my song is pretty much like, it's more of like a trap, that's what I make. Is like kind of like trap rap music.
I did kind of notice. I was listening to some of your other stuff too, and I did kind of notice
like that. That's pretty much what it is, and I got a couple of songs like that. I want to get outside that category with trap, like with the special guests that we're gonna have on later.
Yeah.
I'm engineering a song with her and Lolo, and that is actually that's gonna be it's gonna get out there. I would play it right now, but we haven't edited it or nothing. It's never been mastered or anything, so it's just kind of bland, and I don't want to make it. I don't want to do that to y'all. I want to make you guys hear it, like feel this shit. You feel me? So I mean,
yeah. No, I feel that. Okay, so but maybe not diving too into it. you said you're trap. Like, what are you kind of going for now? I guess with that track, or like, what if you were to like subgenre or categorize like what kind of
I don't know.
vibe you're going towards?
I can do some like I got actually on my I got a mixtape dropping soon. I should have said that in the beginning.
I've seen that on. That's the one where you're a baby on the cover, right?
Yeah.
So that hasn't dropped.
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
I was planning on dropping it in like May. Well, this month or last month, but with all this quarantine shit going on, it's just like everyone's gonna be stuck in the house. Yeah, that's a good time to drop it, but I want people to be able to like go out and bump this shit too. And so that's why I think I might push to like the end of May, the end of June, beginning of July. Probably I'll drop it. Maybe.
So are you holding off for that entire release aspect, kind of where you can maybe go out and perform if you have the connections?
Yeah.
All that.
So
I get that. I feel that.
I don't know if Lolo talked about it with the Trap House that he might be hosting in July. I don't know if he's still doing it or not. But
that sounds familiar. He might have mentioned it either on or off camera.
I don't know how shit's gonna be going on in like a month or two with all this Corona shit. But I mean, hopefully we still get to. Yeah, hopefully we still get to it. You know, that'd be dope. It turned out pretty good last year. Like.
A lot of people are saying like 2 weeks. Honestly,
What do you mean?
For like opening everything up. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't really know. Nobody really knows.
Iowa technically didn't even close down, so we're like the only state that.
We were one of the few that didn't. We were like one of 3 or 5 or something like that.
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't want to get in. I'll get too into this quarantine talk, and I'll talk about how our government is crooked because they are. So I don't want to talk about all that.
That's the whole thing. Is like some people are going fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, dude.
You see people on social media.
And don't get me wrong, I do feel bad for the people that like do have to stay at home because there are a lot of suicidal rates up.
Oh, it's up 1,000%. It's ridiculous.
And like users, like who haven't used in so long, now they have, it's broke sobriety, and it's just it's sad, Don't get me. That's what I'm talking. I don't want to get into it like that.
No, okay. We can digress, but I guess what we're both saying is that it's time we get back into it. Let's get performing it. Let's figure it out. Let's figure something out.
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, the Foreign Baby. That's my cover art. My cover art is actually the one that was me in foster care back when I was in Guatemala. That's where that picture came from. So that's like an OG pic, right there. And I have like a couple more of me like that. That's like the only photos I have of me when I was in Guatemala. It's like I have like a little photo book of them.
Damn.
But yeah, Foreign Baby, that's gonna be dropping hopefully the end of July. I got a lot of dope collabs on that too. I got Lolo for one. Me and him, we have another song together. I got one with Swalla. I got one with Brewer. I wish he would have came on today. We would have had a lot more to talk about.
I get it. It's early.
No hate. but yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I got a couple songs that are not like trap either. I got like a couple smoking songs too. You can just smoke and vibe it. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get out that genre, but like mainly like the Foreign Baby on that is talking about like just shit, like, that I've been through, like growing up. I got like a couple of songs talking about like my brother who passed away. Like I was 18 like when my brother passed away, and he was 25. This was like probably about coming up on 5 years ago, and that actually has like a big influence on my music too, is like my brother passing, because like he was always like my main support. Like every time I drop a song, he'll go to his homies, he'll just, this is my little brother right here, and that's where like a lot of like my influence comes from, because I feel like if he still was alive, I'd be like, yeah, let's make music, but I wouldn't be as like, I don't know, hyped about it. I feel like this is what he wants me to do, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I guess I have 2 questions based on what you just said, and they're both pretty personal. I don't know how far you're willing to go, so if it's too far, just let me know. Do you know anything about like your parents from Guatemala?
Nah. So
nothing like that.
Well, not really. I know I had a couple of siblings. That's all I know. I know my dad wasn't in the picture.
Okay.
I guess my mom was, but I just know that it sounds like she probably wasn't able to take care of me like that, you know.
I see what you're saying.
So I mean,
So just very quick, cut and dry. Like, no.
no, yeah.
Okay. And your brother died. I mean, that sounds like a really young age to die. Do you mind talking about what happened with that? Or?
Yeah. So what's crazy, I wasn't even living at home at the time. Like, so he actually passed away in my house, and I actually wasn't even living. I was just staying the night. I happened to be in town by my parents' house, and I woke up. He pretty much died of like a asthma attack, but it also has to do with like he had his diabetes had to like go into it somehow. But he pretty much like an asthma attack, and like he wasn't able to breathe, and like by the time everyone kind of got there, you know, like he would. Yeah.
Dang! It literally died from an asthma attack.
Yeah, it happened pretty fast, man. Like he like the day before he was fine, you know. Like it was just like really intense for like I don't know how that really goes like that. I don't have asthma, you know, but I don't really know how like attacks work like that. But that's pretty much like how I went into, you know.
I can imagine something very probably similar to like cardiac arrest, like
so yeah, it was definitely a shock too, you know, like.
Jeesh.
But
how old were you again? Sorry, 18. You said?
I was 18. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's really young. I mean, maybe not. Maybe you know, that's kind of shitty thing to be like going into adulthood with like that on your shoulders. Damn, dude. I'm sorry that happened. That's really sucky. But
yeah.
Hey, we're here now, right?
Yeah.
We're here chilling, vibing.
I'm
ready. What I don't know if you have an opinion on this. This is kind of like a sketchy I don't know. I kind of like to do this with everyone though. Do you have like a GOAT? Do you have anyone that like you think is like the greatest of all time, or do you have an opinion on that, or maybe just like if you even have like a favorite?
NBA. Like you talk about like music, like artists.
Yeah.
Right now, at least, I say it's that NBA YoungBoy, and I'm just saying because like how many songs he drops like that. This dude pushed out I don't know how many songs like that, and like how many views he gets on YouTube, you know, like that dude, he could, I don't know. No one's making music like that and getting views like that, you know. I'd say right now he is, but greatest of all time, I don't know, dude. I'm really not like selective on that. Like, I don't like to say yo, this is the best, dude. I think there's a lot of good fucking artists like out there that made hip hop great, you know.
Yeah, I think I need to start rephrasing that question. No, and like I can't. You know, my basic answer is Biggie, but I mean that's kind of the whole thing. Is it's really hard to say this day and age because so much has happened in the last decade with hip hop.
That's what I was saying. Like you gotta like. Me asking you, where do you think we would be with Biggie and Tupac alive right now?
Biggie and Tupac? Fuck, I don't even know if I can pin a Tupac.
I just think a lot of artists right now, like mainstream artists that shouldn't be artists, they wouldn't be there if they were still in the game. Because there's a lot of goofy cats out there that be like Young Thug. That dude is so weird. I don't know if you listen to his music.
I know who you're talking about. Is that the guy with the eye?
No, that's Fetty Wap.
No, okay. Yeah, Fetty Wap. That's right. His hooks aren't too bad, but like, I fuck with
Fetty Wap, no cap.
You do?
But
okay.
Yeah, but Young Thug, he's just different. That dude be dressing like dresses and shit. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
Nothing against that, but
yeah, I get what you're saying. No, but like that's the thing I will say about trap. I think it really has gotten a lot better in the last couple of years. But I remember there was like a solid period of like a couple of years where I just could not stand trap. There was a lot of people that were just doing it, and it was just like
that's what I'm saying.
Just
like
garbage.
Like with like a lot of artists just rapping because they want to, you know.
Exactly. Like they happen to have the money, even like those people.
Like I don't know. I've always been interested in it, so you know this is kind of like my passion, and some people do it just because like, oh, people are getting clout off this or something, you know. It's just like it's not even about that. It's
money.
about it. Yeah,
That's
it's like with me, it's about like what I love to do though. That's like at the end of the day, money's money, dude. Like
exactly, and
like
that's like a trend in like local rappers, I think, and that's what you're trying to emulate. Like,
and that's what I'm not even worried about fame or nothing like that. Fame. Like if it comes, it comes. You know, my time Yeah, it'll come to me. But like right now,
Yeah.
like I'm just focused on just doing myself, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's really all you should do. To answer your question, I would say like I don't know if I can pin like a Biggie and a Tupac because I think that's like a really specific comparison. But I would say like probably like the greatest that's in working right now is probably Ken Lamar.
Kendrick.
Ken Lamar.
Kendrick.
Yeah, Kendrick. Sorry, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah,
Oh, I
I
did
just
say
said
Ken-
Ken Lamar.
Yeah,
I don't know. What do you think?
I like Kendrick Lamar. I haven't actually heard any of his music lately. I feel like.
Well, that's my whole thing is like I think like true art, maybe not true art. I shouldn't say that, but like there's certain artists I should say who like spend a lot of time in hibernation and like working on like a. I feel like every time he puts out an album, he does that.
Well, I mean, every album you drop, it's always good. Don't get me wrong.
It's like the production value is like beyond bedazzling almost. I feel like.
But right now, I mean, with who I listen to, I feel like I don't really have like a main artist right now. I don't know. Like I'll go on YouTube and like it'll already have like a set playlist for me. Kind of, I'll just like,
I see what you're saying.
Some days I'll just type in like an artist. Like, me and my friend Cailen, I was telling her like, I turned on some Drake earlier. Forever. You know that song?
Yeah, I know.
Like I want this shit forever, man. Like I listened to that, like damn, this brought me back to like 7th grade. Like I just thought of all the memories I just like went through. You know, like I don't know. I like switching up like what I listen to though. You know, it helps me out a lot with making music too.
Yeah, it's good to get variety. Like I guess for me personally, I've just been like addicted to podcasts, to be honest. Like that's like all I seem to listen to. It's kind of weird. Like this whole thing was like started to like just have fun, and I've ended up investing like so much into it.
Who was your first person you had on here?
Like you talking about like first actual person or just like guests in general?
putting in like when you post on YouTube.
So the first video I ever had, it's actually like my third most popular video, which is kind of funny. We've actually recently had a dispute, but he's like this crazy drunk essentially. His name's RJ Kuntz. I really hate to like defame him on the internet. I don't think that'll happen, but no, like that was weird. That was like a really like weird political thing almost. Like I was like really weird about getting, generally I've suffered from a lot of social anxiety. This has actually really helped me a lot with all that. This whole experience. But when I really started, especially, I was just super anxious. So like I just wanted to have that, and we were really good friends at the time. So I just wanted to have that first episode with a good friend.
Right.
So he's not necessarily somebody that's like significant. It's a mildly interesting episode. We talk about like working in restaurants, and then we get into like some crazy political shit. Mostly he gets into some crazy political shit. I just kind of sit there and I'm like three beers in, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, man. Like it's good content.
Right.
Just talk. I would say like the first like real artist I had was Jackson B. Place. Me and him go back quite a few years. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
I don't think I've heard of him before.
He's very centered around like conscious hip hop. He hasn't really dropped anything in the last couple of years. But he's doing a lot behind the scenes. I think he's just like really working towards like a final project. But he's episode 2. I highly recommend that one. That was probably like where the podcast really took off. But
I don't know. You've had a lot on there. I watched like more than a few, and I don't remember names like that. But I know I watched a D Wavy one.
Yeah. That was a fun episode, definitely. Yeah. It's been a hell of a ride, man. This has been way more than I thought it was. I'm glad to have people like you, people like Lolo, people who are like active in the game and like are able, I really want, that's my whole goal with the show is I want to give people that platform to like, because not that I'm trying to get like, too deep into it, but I do think there's like a polar bias and like media centrality and like how people can get exposure. And even if it's just a small YouTube video or a small channel, wherever, if I can do that for someone, I think that's significant. In a way. What about like do you fuck with like pot or anything like that? Hell yeah.
I mean personally I'm more of like a wax person, but
See, we were talking about that. We just discussed the solid. What was the line? Fuck with the solids, or what was it in the line?
Oh, no.
Last
I
lyric?
only fuck with the. I was saying like solid. I meant like solid people. Like I only fuck with the solid. I meant like people who keep it solid. You know, like I wasn't talking about no drugs or nothing like that.
We don't talk about drugs here in hip hop.
Well, it kind of makes me curious. Like who else started? Like I don't know.
Well, that's what they say about art. You know, it's interpretive.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm a big enthusiast on that. I love it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Like I said, I prefer wax. Only time I buy bud if it's some like my plug hits me up like, yo, I got some of this, and I'll go over there and check it out. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy some shit of that, because I don't know, people be selling huff around here, bro.
I get that. Like just the kind of that shag.
Well, they'll just be like, yeah, I got some, and then they pull up, and it's just like, man, I don't fucking want this. Like,
yeah, I feel that. Definitely. You don't want to fuck like in a way, like, because I quit smoking cigarettes recently, so I feel like that lower quality weed would be good for that. But
people they also gotta understand like price. If like, I'm not gonna get like, if people like sell weed for so cheap, you know, like you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Like you're getting your money's worth. Don't expect like, I don't know. Some people like expect like to get the exotic shit for like the cheap price. You know, it ain't like that. You know?
Yeah. People gotta understand that, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of people have been there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe don't want to admit it, but you know, they've sold and like, or like given to a friend. I mean, that shit's expensive.
Lately too, I just been on that too, like where I buy, so like I know what I'm getting, because like with this pandemic going on, I don't know who's coughed in my shit.
That's
a
good point.
Like,
stick with your reliable people.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. So like, when you do wax, like, what's your preferred method? Do you like the bomb? Do you like
this? I don't like the nectar collector. Like a lot of my homies fuck with that, and I just feel like it's just like a big waste. But I use a bong. I love it. I started smoking weed. I was like 12. I was like in 6th grade.
Damn, that's young.
My neighbor Hunter, actually, he was just like talking about like, oh, I wish I could get high, da da da. My older brother, he's always done it. You know, I was just like, oh, I can get it. I was like 12 years old, impressing like all the older people on the neighborhood, and I was like, I can get it. Let me know. I tried it, and I was like, this shit's making me feel funny, but I like it, you know. But yeah, I was young. I experienced with a lot of shit when I was younger.
So you don't need to be specific, but like, what area of Des Moines what side of Des Moines did you grow up on?
Over in Pleasant Hill.
Oh, like everywhere, pretty much. You said?
No, Pleasant Hill.
Oh, Pleasant Hill. Okay, so that's what, like north, kind of, right?
No, it's like east side.
East side
more, yeah.
Dude, I don't get out ever. I'm a fucking homebody.
Are you from here?
No, I'm originally from a small town, Orange City, Iowa.
I think that's what you. I think I asked you that before. I forgot.
Oh, did you?
I think. I don't know.
It's a small.
When did you move here?
Let's see. So I've been like on and off here in Des Moines. I've like, let's see. So I initially moved here in mid 2014. I lived here for a few months. Went to college. Dropped in Vermilion, South Dakota. Dropped out. Came back. Lived here for like 4 years. Moved back to South Dakota. Got divorced, moved back, and then I've been here for about 7 months.
Oh, really?
So about 5 years on and off, essentially.
What was you going to school for?
I was originally going for computer science. I've switched my major to video technology or whatever, like the video editing.
Yeah. Oh, really? That kind of makes sense now. You doing the podcast, you get you actually get some experience in there, get to learn with them more, you know?
Well, yeah, exactly. And, you know, the reason I initially went into computer programming is because I was married at the time, and, you know, I had ambitions for like a family and all that shit. And then that never happened. That didn't pan out. So then that seemed pointless. And then the fact that, like, you know, a lot of programmers, they're just kind of a drone. They like have this skill, but they work for this company and they're like, all right, do this. And they just sit there doing that. I couldn't.
What's the software you use?
Would have been. I used a couple of them
for your video.
Oh, for this. So I got.
I'm just curious because like,
because you do production stuff too, right?
Yeah, and actually, like, I've been talking to. I mentioned something to like Swallow, like probably like a year ago, but like getting into like shooting my own music videos. Like I'd buy my own camera. I just have someone shoot for me, or like honestly, it's not me shooting for other people. Like my own music videos, you know.
Yeah.
So like I know how I want them, and I don't know. I'm a pretty quick, easy learner. So that's why I was asking you, like, how do you feel about like?
The problem with like shooting this camera, this was probably about $250, but this is even like probably like a lower compared to like that like studio quality kind of camera.
Yeah,
that's like an insignificant amount compared to those. You probably are looking at spending at least $600 if you want like a really
I mean, if I
camera.
did, I'd probably buy a Canon or something. Like that.
Exactly. So that's like always been my thing. It's like, do I really want to invest that much money into that?
Right.
You know, that one thing. I tend to break things easily, so I don't know. It's been iffy, and I don't know. I will get it at some point. I intend to invest that money at some point, but you gotta start small.
Yeah, I was just curious. I don't know. I've thought about that. I don't know. Also, just in my budget, you know, like I know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You can do like the whole pay it thing, but I feel like that's a scam in itself.
Yeah.
But okay, so here I got Ableton. We were talking about that. Streamlabs, which is basically just OBS that like captures the screen. I have a program called Voice Meter Banana, odd name enough, that captures basically all the microphones, because usually a computer only reads one input, so I have to install a program that reads several inputs and then puts that into one input, so everything can be read through that one input. So that's what that is.
All right.
And then I have Ableton, which is basically just the switchboard. Oh shit!
So the Ableton's.
I
used to have. I don't know if it's the exact same one. I used to have a keyboard just like that.
Very similar.
Because I wanted to get into beats, and I was just like, the keyboard it came with like a subscription of the Ableton.
Yeah. That's what happened with me.
Yeah. Yep. So I tried using it. I was like, dude, this shit is confusing as fuck, dude. Like, I'll probably just stay away. Maybe have someone who actually knows how to make the beats teach me first, instead of me learning like from scratch, you know.
No, I definitely feel that.
But what was I about to say? Oh no, with beats, who's cool with him, my boy G7.
Fuck yeah. I haven't communicated with him, but I think we are on for next week.
Is it okay? So I talked to him today, and he was just like, I think I missed it. I was like, usually he lets you know like a day before, but I was like,
yeah, I give you a couple days notice.
I'll let him know when we're done with this, because he's like, oh, I think I missed my opportunity to go on. I was I don't think so.
No, there's only been one. Not one. Besides the first guy we had on, he just couldn't show up for alcoholic reasons.
Right.
But we've only had one. I'm not gonna mention it, but we've only had one guy cancel or not show up.
Right.
So yeah, I definitely will let anyone know. But so had you fucked with any music programs for fucking Ableton, or was that kind of your first tryout?
So what I use right now for my DAW is Studio One.
I'm not familiar with that one. Who's that by? Do you know the company or?
Oh, it's Studio One. That's what it's called.
Oh, the company's Studio One.
So like, yeah, that's what I use. Before that, I was a big Reaper guy.
I have heard of that one. Yep.
And then before Reaper, it was the Audacity. And the Audacity, that's like, I don't know. If anyone wants to start recording, I recommend the Reaper though, like music recording. I mean, you get a free subscription. It's free, but it's easy for beginners. The Studio One is like, when I went from Reaper to Studio One, and when I was like editing songs, dude, it was just like so different. So I had to watch tutorials on the Studio One, because it was just so confusing on there. Because Reaper, it was so easy. Like when you crop off like crop some like a verse or something, and you need to put delay. I'm not gonna get big into it. I'm just saying it's a lot easier for like beginners though.
No, I can understand that. I do like I mean, Audacity is kind of a frustrating program. Like we said, it is good for this kind of format.
Yeah.
But I do I do still recommend people fuck with Audacity. I think it's important.
Yeah.
Especially if someone has never done anything remotely like this.
Yeah, and that's what I first started on too. You know,
Yeah.
I went on Google. I was like free recording software, Audacity.
It's always I swear to God, I don't know how much fucking money they've paid to have that fucking keyword search be secure.
Yeah, dude. So I was just like, all right, it looks like this is a good one. Download, but yeah, I mean. It's crazy, dude. I've been in a lot of different studios too, where they use different softwares. A main one is Pro Tools.
Fuck yeah.
A lot of people use Pro Tools.
Hell yeah.
G7. I think he just bought it. There's this one dude I used to go to.
I did see that they just bought that. Sorry, go ahead.
J-Raz. My boy Jordan. I haven't.
Oh, J-Raz. Fuck. Ames. You know Ames? So ask J-Raz about Ames next time you see him. He was just on the podcast. I know Ames from years back.
Really?
That's his producer. He produced an album for him.
Oh yeah, that's pretty dope. Well, I haven't been there in a while. Actually, I should hit him up. But he has a pretty nice studio, and that's what he uses too, is the Pro Tools.
From what I've heard, it doesn't sound like he's doing a whole lot right now currently.
Really?
But yeah, he did do a lot with Ames. I think they do have some shit planned.
I'd have to get a hold of him. His whole setup was nice, dude. You go in, it's go in his house, you go in his basement. There's these 2 slide doors, 2 couches.
Yeah.
He has an actual booth. You open the door and it's just surrounded.
I saw because.
So we are talking about the same person then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I saw it through Snapchat. He has the.
Yeah.
It's all the walls are all lined with the foam.
Dude. His shit's pretty legit. But what I was pretty much getting at, that was his studio is kind of more legit more than mine. Mine's still in my room, in my basement, but I have it in my closet, but it's still set up legit. But with his is the actual first studio I went into, it was
it was almost like it was customly built, right?
Pretty much.
Damn.
Yeah. DJX, he had a pretty nice studio. I've never been there. I've always wanted to go there. I don't know if you heard about him. He's another big music engineer. He's worked with actual mainstream artists too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to get at. Me and Lolo, we've been talking. I'm not gonna say what we've been talking about, but just talking about working together, creating something bigger. That's what we want to do, and something like that. Maybe bigger, build a bigger studio.
Fuck yeah. So do you want to work more on the technical aspect? Is that what I'm gathering? Or you still want to do your?
I'll probably still do both.
Okay.
Right now, I guess also what I'm kind of getting tired of is me recording myself on my own. So I don't have an actual person to be I'll be yo, stop, punch me back in. I gotta stop. I gotta go back over to my computer desk, delete, record, go back to my mic, and I that's what I want is to create something bigger. So it will help me out too.
Yeah, it is kind of difficult recording yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it gets really lonely too.
I mean, I honestly like recording by myself.
Do you still get feedback through that process though, or is it all kind of still enclosed in your own deal?
What do you mean feedback?
If you're working on stuff by yourself, if the whole thing is just centered around yourself, do you show people your shit?
Oh, okay. So,
or do you just kind of let it all?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So when I work with people, I like it because I get the feedback too. But when I'm by myself, I send out Snapchat to be
okay,
what you think of this?
I see what you're saying.
But with people, I just feel I like it because I said the feedback, but also I have to I hear them rap sometimes, and it's just it blocks me out from wanting to say what I want to say because I'll hear what they're saying in their head, what they're rapping,
Yeah.
What I meant. I'll hear what they're saying, what they're rapping, and then it will just affect what I want to write down or something,
So that you saying that affects your confidence basically?
No, it affects the way I think. I feel like.
Okay, so you're just like
yeah,
almost like enamored by their work that you almost get kind of sidetracked.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I got to go in another room and focus on what I want to write. You know? I
get that.
I get sidetracked. Damn, I should have just said that. I'm over here like, oh, dude. Yeah, I get sidetracked with other artists in the studio.
You're fine. What about psychedelics? You fuck with psychedelics ever?
Who?
Psychedelics?
Psychedelics?
Just like in general, like acid and mushrooms or anything like that.
I fuck with acid. I fuck with mushrooms. We were talking about earlier, first time I ever tripped, I was actually graduated from high school. I watched a lot of people trip back then when I was in high school, but like what kind of got me like, I don't know if I should do this. I walked in my one homie's, and this is pretty much like the trap right there, you know, like he was like, I open up the door and he's laying on the couch and he's crying, and he was like, I've been tripping for like 3 days. I'm like, fuck.
Holy shit.
And like I actually ran into him like couple months ago at Come and Go, and he's different as fuck. But
that's the thing that changes people.
Hell
Holy
yeah.
shit.
And that, like, when I first seen that, I was just like, shit, I don't know if I really want to fuck with this. And then like a few years later, you know, I was like I'm gonna try it, you know, I might as well try it. And I fucking loved it. First time I tripped, I was downtown Des Moines. I was just walking around looking at all the buildings, you know, like they got a little mall downtown too.
A little mall? Where?
I don't even know what it's attached to.
You know the streets or anything like that?
No, it used to be over by the Yonkers down there. There used to be a Yonkers downtown. It burned down like a long time ago.
I think I know what you're talking about, like Court Ave, kind of. Maybe I don't know. What the fuck
it used to be over there, but that's the first time I tripped, and after that, I was just like, dude, I'm gonna start fucking doing this a lot, dude. Yeah. First time I tried mushrooms, Brewer, he was just like, yo, you want a bag? I was like, of mushrooms? I was like, what, like, you know, I was like, what do you want for it? He was just like, take them for free, you can have it. I was just like, he's like, no, eat the whole bag, you can have it for free. I was like, all right. I loved it too, you know. I don't know, it just makes me feel good. I'm a depressed ass person though sometimes too. So I mean, so it definitely helps with me, you know.
I think it helps too. I mean, you gotta be careful, but I mean, I like to talk about psychedelics, but I always want to preface, like, you know, you gotta be careful. I've definitely seen some people get fucked up off it. I am curious about your friend. How long did he fucking peak if he tripped for 3 days? Did he ever get into it?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't ask him about it when I seen him.
Jeez.
Because like it was like 10 years ago, probably maybe like 8 years ago. But all I could say is it fucked with him. He's different.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that shit can really fuck with your personality if you like take too much of it.
I've had like one time like where I was tripping, like I was just like, I don't like this, like I feel like legit I was like, I feel like I'm gonna die, and then like 10 seconds later I forgot like how I was feeling. I was like, oh, I'm good.
You just chill out.
Yeah.
That I think that's like with anyone, like the first couple times they start tripping.
And I also had like a one buddy I went to school with. He was tripping, and he was also taking dabs while tripping. And
ooh, I can't even imagine that. That's like a trip in itself.
What's crazy, when he was tripping and taking dabs, like it got to the like when he was done tripping, the dab affected him. I forgot how, but he doesn't even like smoke weed or dab anymore because of that. Damn. Like that shit affected him too. I was like, shit.
That shit's like, really sad when people are affected that bad from like something that should be just harmless, you know. People should just have fun with it.
Yeah. Also be safe with it too. So I see some people just like, oh, I pop like 5 tabs. I'm like, fucking hey,
holy
like,
shit.
I can't do that shit. The most I've ever taken is like, I'll take one, an hour later I'll take another one. But I've never taken more than like 3 or 4 like that. Like,
I've been fucking with it again lately, but like I only take like one at a time. I can't.
Yeah,
even,
that's probably.
Like, I don't even like doing any more
that's
than
probably
that.
what I would do. Actually, last time I got it, thinking about it, it was around Oktoberfest. I had some shit. They just dropped it onto like some gummy worms.
Yeah, I've done that too.
And I just ate it. I was tripping balls. It's funny. I remember vividly now. I was just watching The Simpsons all night. I was like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like,
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like the last 2 hours, it's like TV static. You know,
Yeah.
You're just like watching what.
and then there's this one crazy time I was pretty drunk and I took a tab and I fell asleep, right? And I had like, I guess I had my music on pretty loud on the TV. I had to go. My mom woke me up. She's like, turn that shit off. And I turned it off and I had forgot I'd taken a tab. Well, lucky me, I wake up, I'm tripping balls and I don't want to because like I didn't think I would wake up after I fell asleep taking it. I woke up tripping and I was just I don't like tripping by myself either. I don't know if you do that.
Oh, I love it.
I can't. I
Fucking do that
can't.
shit
Like
all the time.
like that day. This was like I was probably like 19, but I just sat in my fucking bed. I put the covers over me, and it just felt like I was melting the whole time. But I didn't want to trip. Like I just like was drunk. I took a tab. Forgot I took one.
Oh, you were drunk?
Yeah, and I took
yeah.
a tab, and I woke up. And I forgot I took a tab because I was drunk, So that's why it was a surprise to me when I woke up. I was like, oh,
Wait, so you fell asleep before you took the tab. You managed to stay asleep, and then when you woke up, you started tripping.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! I can't say I've ever heard of that.
And that's why I was just like, I don't like this. I just put the covers over me. I was like, and eventually it went away. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that too much.
Like at the moment when I was drunk, I wanted to trip, but when I woke up, I was like,
yeah, like you got shit to do,
like that really like fucked with me that day. I remember it.
Excuse me, sorry.
No,
I shouldn't be coughing like that. Corona, but Coronavirus. We're gonna take a break here soon and have our special guest on. But before that, I do want to ask you about. You kind of talked about a little bit, glanced over it a little bit. What was your performance with Lolo like? Had you performed before? Like, just kind of describe that experience.
So first time me ever performing. When was it? Have you ever heard of Montana 300?
No.
So he's a big Chicago artist. Well, back then he isn't really like he's still around, but he doesn't rap like that. Montana 300. He was big back then. This was like back in 2015. And if only Brewer was here, we can get more talking into it, boy. But no, that's who I did my first show at. Like Brewer, like me and him, like we got clicked up by our buddy Riley back in high school. Like we knew each other and shit like that. But like he fucked with music and I fucked with music, And I was just like, all right, shit, let's get a studio going, Like we might as well. We can make some money off it too. And that's what we did. But like, he got in touch with one of his homeboys and fuck, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Ty Walker. He's another dope artist too. But he got us onto the show for the Montana 300, and that was like my first show I've ever done, and it was like pretty decent sized show, more than like probably like 100 people in there, and
yeah.
My first experience, probably just like anyone else's, I had a lot of anxiety, I went up on stage and we were like the second to open up, and I didn't like that either, but I mean, it is what it is. But I just got anxiety. I did my thing, but I felt like I could have done better.
Did you combat that at all, or did you just go with it?
Huh?
Did you combat that anxiety at all? Like, did you take anything for it? Did you just, like smoke cigarettes or weed or anything? Or did you just go with it?
I just coped with it. I feel like I should have smoked or something before this show. But yeah, that was my first show, and then my second show was like legit 2 years later, and that's when me and Lolo got in touch. At first, we were gonna go to his the Hot Shots bar over in his hometown. But we got shut down over there because they bogus and they don't like rap artists. It's a really small town over there.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a really small town.
So what? They like got you on, then they realized what you were.
I didn't even get to go on. Like my G7 went on, and then my boy Swallow went on. And
wait, so they shut down like in the middle of it?
Yeah. And it was for Lolo's birthday too, and they knew that, and they
Oh
were just
my
like, "Yeah, no more of that
God.
music." I was like,
Wow.
"Man, I didn't even get to perform, but it is what it is."
That's fucked up.
But yeah, they like it wasn't. It's not like it was even bad. It was bad to them because they probably listen to country all the fucking time. You know? It's
Yeah,
just
right.
Like, they're just like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
We don't do that hip hop music.
Pretty much. But after that, I've had a couple shows with Lolo too. He knows this. I could have done better. I'm drinking right now, but like I used to be really, really bad with drinking, man. Like,
I've been there too, man.
Really bad.
It's easy.
I've always been a smoker, and when I was doing shows with Lolo back then, I was on probation. I wasn't even smoking. I was just drinking all the goddamn time. And one of the shows, I just got really fucking flopped, dude. Like, I went up on stage, and also, like, what kind of tore it off, my buddy Tyron, he's serving time up right now in prison, but he was supposed to come up on stage with me, but they wouldn't let him on because he wasn't even 21, which is stupid.
Damn.
But I just got really drunk. I was supposed to, I don't know. It was a bad show, but, you know, Lolo still showed some love for me. He was just like, I think this nigga.
So you think you didn't do well at that Montville is what you're saying?
Oh, no, at vaudeville, yeah. I didn't.
Sorry. I'm getting mixed up. So, okay, so talk about vaudeville then. Talk about Vaudeville Muse.
Vaudeville, yeah. That's the one.
Vaudeville.
The one that Lolo, it was like.
That was very recently, like a few months back.
Right? Oh, and I'm talking
Right?
about like the first one
Oh, so you've done several.
Oh,
okay, well, get into it then.
Yeah, so like the first one at vaudeville was for the lyric press. I think it was lyricism or something like that. I think it was lyricism. And yeah, I didn't do too hot that day. I got pretty drunk.
Yeah.
And so that was vaudeville, and then we had the, what do you call it? What was it? The Trap House. That was last summer that Lolo put on, and that was pretty dope. There was over like 15 hip hop artists. I think it was more than that.
Damn.
And it went from like 6 or 7 p.m. to like 6 a.m. Like, it was like a long day, you know.
Jesus Christ.
But he got me put on that one, and that was a pretty dope show. I liked it. It was like in like a garage out in Ankeny, but like the setup was so legit. Like,
wow,
so much
really?
Yes,
That's dope as fuck.
so much space, and I'm pretty sure Lolo put that show on by, like, not by himself, but like he wanted to do that show. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Like, put that show together, and then the next one was what was it? I don't know. He got me going to a lot of places, and that's why I fuck with him like that. You know, like like I said, he's not even from here, and he shows love like that. You know,
He definitely shows love.
And like,
yeah, he's really open and
like
talks to you.
I say this to a lot of artists too. Like, he's not even from here, and he's getting booked to shows in Des Moines. He's not even a Des Moines artist. That says a lot about something too.
Yeah, talent goes a long way, and he is a very. I mean, you're both very talented, but I mean. Yeah, I mean that's great. That's where you guys are doing that.
And then he got me on this Halloween show.
Okay.
And then he got me on this New Year's show. That was pretty dope. And then our last two recent ones were the ones with Riff Raff. I'm sure you heard of Riff Raff.
That sounds familiar. Yep.
And then the last one we did was with Xavier Wolf.
Oh, I do remember him. Yeah, I didn't go to the one that you guys did, but I did do the Conscious Crew that was before that. Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Was there. But yeah, man. So I guess like before we go to a break, how many times have you performed? Would you say?
Probably about 10 times, probably.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a lot, but I definitely want to get it up there, you know.
That's more than me, man.
Oh yeah.
Very, very impressive. Like, do you get nervous? You said you get anxiety still. So how has that developed?
Honestly, when I was drinking, I would, I don't know. It just depends on my days too, how I'm feeling though. But I feel like me drinking didn't help out. But now that I'm off probation, I can smoke and shit now. That's what I do, and I'm just like, I get that anxiety still, but I use that and I go out there and I just fucking release all that shit, you know.
Yep.
And that's what I should have done from the start. I don't know, but yeah.
No, I see what you're saying though. Like, anxiety can be used as like a fuel in a way.
Yeah.
You know,
like all that adrenaline that you're feeling, like, you know, like that's what
Yeah.
I feel more. It's like shit, I'm about to go up on stage. Like I got to get ready. Like I got to say something to these people, you know, like.
yeah.
But hell yeah.
I mean, that's what anxiety is. It's like that. It's like from when we were like, you know, monkeys and creatures, and we were like being like prey. You know, lions and shit were attacking us. That's what anxiety comes from. You know, it's natural. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think we're gonna take a break here really quick. But we're gonna be right back. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We just like talk, but like, what's your friend's name again?
Cailen.
Yeah, we're gonna have special guest Cailen on. We're just gonna talk a little bit with her before we wrap this up. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Sir.
All right. Hello, everybody. We are back. We're here with Cailen. I got that right, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Good friend Dlo here decided to bring her along, and yeah, we're gonna talk about how you know her and what you guys are doing and all that. Why don't you get into that?
So how I got in touch with her, I think it was like almost, I think it's coming on 2 years. She would post like Facebook videos with like her singing and piano.
Oh, that's dope.
And
yeah.
she was pretty good, you know. And then me being a music engineer, like I wanted to work with like more artists because I mainly work with like hip hop artists. So like having like a girl singer would be good too. So like work with you know. And she came over. She did like a couple covers, and it's pretty much like kind of like how we went from there, you know.
Fuck yeah. So how long have you known these guys or worked with these guys? You just said 2 years, but like I guess like you said you worked on a single, right? Were you saying that? How long have you been doing that?
Well, no, so I don't really like write anymore. When I was 15, I wrote like my first song called Rabbit Hole. And it's literally just like a cover on YouTube, and I sang it for like a talent show. But I mean, I've sang my entire life. Both my parents have been singers. My dad and mom met singing. They proposed singing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then, like he said, you know, I play some instruments. I actually have my ukulele tattooed on my arm here.
Oh, dope.
But I had never really, like, officially recorded before.
Okay.
And so, like, the microphone you have, I was, like, terrifying. So, upon, you know, I was, like, at first he had to tell me, he's like, don't eat it. Like, because I was, like, right on it.
Yeah, don't do that.
And I've always done that because I belt when I sing a lot more now. My vocals have expanded more towards like Alicia Keys, Lady Gaga, Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
But because of that, now I have to pull back. So now that I'm of age, I'm legal. I go to karaoke to try and work on my stage fright because
that's a big thing you have to overcome. Definitely the stage fright.
It's terrifying. Shaking knees.
Well, fuck, you can't do that right now. That's kind of the shitty part. Nobody can perform.
Well, that's why I get on like the quarantine karaoke Facebook page and like put lives on.
Oh yeah, that's true. The live stream.
I mean, I'm still like shaking and I'm honestly sweating terribly, guys. Sorry.
That could be like a good, you know, you could think of this phase as like a good,
comfort,
comforting transition. You could
it's
say.
You're physically in a comfortable space.
Yeah,
and you have the option of just stopping it if you really want to.
Exactly. Yeah, you can always just be like, "Fuck this."
It's a little more awkward to get up on stage and be like, kick the piano bench back and be like, "Bye, I'm leaving." Yeah,
right. I mean, it'd be more dramatic and entertaining. Like, I think if I was there watching a performance and anybody did that, I would like just be like, "Fuck yeah."
This is art.
Shit. So you were saying you did like some painting and like art, like get into that a little bit.
I don't know if you fuck with zodiacs, but I am a Pisces. I'm like a really creative individual, so like I make something that's kind of got a spatial awareness benefit with it, so I'd be good as a blind person basically based off of my artwork because I can make things without looking at them. One of them started when I shouldn't have been doing this, but I was driving and I had a notebook sitting next to me and just stupidly I'm like, I'm just gonna draw. on the notebook, and I just traced like a face-like image, and it has become very like modern art style. So you can see the cups at Target that have the line art of the face.
I see what you're saying, like just like bold, kind of like almost comic.
Just a single line that's through it. It's kind of my own take on it.
Okay, so that's like the kind of art you do. That's really that's all really cool. Oh, what's your Instagram? You can plug that.
My modeling page. It's the only one I have. It was initially gonna be my music page, but then I kind of dropped off of music for a while and kind of took it in for just myself to expand and become better. So weight loss almost, but gaining a vocal talent.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. What about you, Dlo? What's all your Instagram and all that shit? Where can the people find you?
Instagram. Let's see. Dlo.515 is pretty simple.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, just look up Dlo.515 on Google or Dlo Tha Don on Google. You can find all my stuff on there. All my social media will pop up. So yeah.
Well, this has been a great episode. I think we're getting about that time where we can wrap it up. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about, mention? Anything else going on? A big... You said what was the mixtape that was dropping pretty soon?
Oh yeah, Foreign Baby. I don't know when I'm dropping it yet, but it probably will be dropping like the end of like July. I'm aiming for, because I already pushed it off like a couple of months because all this Corona shit. But yeah.
Well, so middle of this year we can expect.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we're going to call that a wrap here in the McAllister Artists Podcast. This has been great talking to Dlo Tha Don, and then joined by, Jesus fucking Christ, I swear to God, I'm retarded.
Ashlee.
What was that?
Cailen Ashlee.
Cailen Ashlee, that's your modeling, right?
Cash.lee.3 is my modeling page.
Okay, follow all that shit. Two great guests here today. It's been a fun time. I hope you all can come again. I would love to.
I definitely want to come with Lolo. Hopefully, I gotta get a hold of him so we can. Because we had that one day he sent me like the June.
Yeah, like I said, that was a shot in the dark. You guys can just.
I'll talk to him. If not, if you don't want to do it, hopefully I can get my boy Brewer back on here like he was supposed to. But
hell yeah, we'll figure something out.
Being done.
Fuck yeah. All right, folks. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Be careful of drugs. Don't do the bad ones. All right. Peace out, guys.
Later.